Hello and thanks for watching the Ancients Speak. Let's learn Chinese from the wisdom of the ancients. In our last episode, we learned the Chinese word 节. We talked about how frugality 节俭 is needed when blind and waste consumption becomes common. We said that many people in modern society struggle with self-control, 节制. From history and the rise and fall of nations, we see that if a people lack the ability to have inner self-control, 节制, they would inherit a nation, society, and a government that must control them from the outside. Ancient Chinese teacher Xunzi addressed this problem almost 2,300 years ago as he related a lack of self-control to the slavery that are its consequences. He said, 君子役物 小人役于物. 君子役物 小人役于物. Meaning a wise man makes use of worldly objects, while a foolish man is burdened by them. We will single out the key word that repeatedly appears in the sentence. The word is 役. The radical on the left stands for two persons. The right part, 书, is itself also a Chinese word meaning a long-poled weapon. Putting these together, 役 originally means soldiers holding a long-poled weapon guarding the frontier. So 役 also relates with fighting, as we see in the word for battle, 战役. If you have read about or seen the story of Mulan, you would understand in those days many soldiers were forced to join the army and fight in the battles. Hence, 役 has the extended meaning of forced labor, such as 劳役 forced labor, 苦役 hard labor, 奴役 slavery. As a verb, it also means to control or to administrate. Let's go back to the sentence. 君子役物 小人役于物. In both cases, 役 in this sentence is a verb. The first 役 means to control, dominate, or administrate. 物 refers to worldly objects. 役物 means to make use of worldly objects. The second 役 is the same as the previous verb, but in the passive tense, because the word 于 was put there between 役 and 物. So, 役于物 means being controlled by worldly objects. 君子 means gentleman or wise person, and 小人 means petty or foolish man. Again, Xunzi is saying that a wise man makes use of worldly objects, while a foolish man is burdened by them. 君子役物 小人役于物. Shelter is a basic necessity in life. In China, owning an apartment is widely considered a guarantee for good quality life. Yet, over the past 10 years, in big cities like Beijing, Shanghai, and Shenzhen, housing prices have skyrocketed beyond what most people can afford. In order to purchase an apartment in a big city, many families have chosen to borrow or be burdened by a loan for the following 10 to even 30 years, and some of them are even referred to as 房奴, meaning housing mortgage slave. This is a newly invented hot Chinese word that vividly describes people whose mortgage payments are more than half of their monthly salary. Similarly, we have other words like 车奴 automobile mortgage slave, 卡奴 credit card slave, and 守财奴 watching wealth slave, or in English we might say miser. So, is it possible for a person to also become a slave of food, their career, fame, money, and even their hobbies? If so, the things of this world would certainly become a burden. In the book of Romans of the Holy Bible, it says, "We are slaves of the one we obey." The Apostle Paul, in his letter to the Corinthians around 55 AD, he wrote to an audience in which some were claiming their rights and freedom to do as they please. The Apostle Paul exhorted them by saying that you may have a right to do something, but not everything is beneficial, but not everything is constructive. Is there anything in our life that is enslaving us, disguised by our rights, wealth, and privilege? Now, let's review the Chinese saying of teacher Xunzi we learned today. 君子役物，小人役于物。君子役物，小人役于物。君子 gentleman or wise man. 小人 petty or foolish man. 役物 means to make use of things. 役于物 means to be controlled by things. Xunzi is saying that a wise man makes use of worldly objects, while foolish men are burdened by them. Again, 君子役物，小人役于物。役 And thanks for watching the ancients speak and learning Chinese together through their wise old sayings.